CSS battle time, and we have a QR code. That's cool. I... Alright, so I'm looking at this. I'm thinking box shadows isn't the move today. The reason being, you'd have to do, a separate box shadow for each color, right? And that's just not the move. Right now, we want multiple elements with the same styling and then just positioning them. The styling is, I think, where we can get the most savings. Maybe a border double. I haven't done that one yet. I think you can declare 2 different colors for that border. It's worth a try. And then, I mean, you could also do a border and an outline, but I think double is the way to go. But, I mean, we have this background here on the HTML, and then we would have this light blue background for the other elements. So is there a way to declare background once and then do, something else with this? I don't think there is, not off the top of my head. Any tricks with like box shadow or anything like that, I don't think are worth it. I think it's just better to do a background on the HTML, and we'll do a border dashed with it as well. And I think this dashed border on the HTML, and then I can stretch it, could very well work for this corner piece here. Yeah. Although I'm looking at it, and if the dash border does not work for that corner piece, I'm thinking of making the element bigger than our viewport so that you only see that little bit, but I'm starting to think that maybe there'd be another dash here and here that you would see. And that's not good. This could just be a box shadow offset, and the element could just be this, right? Background on the HTML, size it to this, box shadow. I have to use position fixed for the body, I think, for that to work. And actually, I don't. Do I? Because I could make it a square that's, this big, and then shrink the box shadow with the radius to get that. That seems excessive, though, to avoid a position fixed. Alright, let's throw a border double on this entry div. I want to see what it looks like and what the, say 10 pixels double. Okay, and now how do we declare the 2 colors? Can I do red, blue? No? Okay. So I can only declare 1 color for it. Okay, actually, that is interesting. So if we don't have height or width, let's look at this. We just say, I'm going to put a position fixed on this to make it not stretch. I could do a flex or something too, but I mean, alright. 20 pixels, 30 pixels. That looks quite a lot like our shape there. Let's do this. And then our background, we are going to have just 1 background and our border color. I like it. Look at that. And I think we got it. Okay, so border doubles the move on that one. Now it's positioning is the challenge. We can do color for the border colors because they're both, if I can do border. Let's see if we can make border happen. All right, we got this figured out. Let's do our actual lineup. So our, no, we can do a star. Let's start with this so that I'm not getting conflicting border things. So if we do border, let's say 30 pixels dashed, and then we'll do the color property because we know we're going to need that anyways. Hit that. I think this is going to come together. I forgot to set a timer, but now let's use margin to arrange everything. We're going to need some negative margin to stretch this off the viewport. Let's turn off our diff so it looks less weird. Negative margin, so let's say negative 100. Yeah, I know. And then we're going to be like 50 on the right, 50 on the bottom, and like negative 100 on the left. Okay. And let's see, 200, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. So unless I go thicker, you know, it doesn't matter. Let's say negative 500. Yeah, those are our dashes with a dash border. So not doing that isn't going to work for me. You determine the length of these things with the size of your margin. Oh, with zoom? What happens if you zoom? Oh, 0.5. Well, it looks the same. Yeah, we're not getting any kind of improvement there. Okay, so that's the ratio you get with a dashed border. So that is not going to work, but at least the color will work on our box shadow property as well. So let's make that work. Let's get our background in, the one background we need. Let's margin. Let's go 50 for right now. And let's go box shadow. We're going to go 20, 20. Oh, it's going to be like 30 pixels and 30 pixels, 30 pixels, 30 pixels. I feel like it. Yeah, that looks like the width. Can I avoid? See, if I leave, I don't think I can avoid. I think a position fix is happening no matter what. Not unless I spend a lot of time getting really clever with margin. Because this line right here, it's going to have to come up, the border is going to be there, and so our body's going to want to be inside that. And if I try to move the body with margin, then my paragraph tags are going to make things expand with margin. And I know there's people that can do it probably quickly. I cannot. So that might be the way to explore. We're just going to margin this to the size and shape I need and throw position fixed on everything. And that will make me happy. So we're going to go to 150 on the top. Ooh, and that makes everything break. 100 on the right. We're going to go 200 on, no, like 50 on the bottom. It's going to be more than that, like 200 on the left. Okay. 180 on the left. And again, you might be able to explore something where you don't worry about exact, let's see, 50, 60, 70, and then 120. Beautiful. Okay. You probably could do a radius on this, but while you're shrinking the diameter, you'd also have to increase your offsets. And I think in doing that, you would end up just, I would be a trade-off because you'd probably get into 3 digits here, you know, and then a couple digits in the offset, and this will end up being about the same. And maybe with this we can do some percentages or something, and it'll be okay. All right, so we got that set up. Let's get our body going, and we can go ahead and we'll have to undo the box shadow. Right? We won't want a box shadow that big on. So either I can hide it in another selector. Totally valid. Not too bad to do that. It's just a couple extra characters. I think that's better than doing font and trying to chase that down. So let's make our own selector for our box shadow to live in so it doesn't cascade down to our body. And then this one we can change to this. All right. Now our body is getting it's selecting HTML and body. Now body's in there. Let's put a position fixed and see if this fixes things. Yep, that does. That's what I thought. And that's what I needed anyways. But we're getting a border, 30 pixels, double. There it is. Margin it into place. We'll throw in a couple of p tags and we are golden. All right, that's 0, so -50. That's a cool design. 60, 70, 80. I like it when you only need one value. I hope I only need one value. It looks a little off, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Let's select a p tag. Let's put in 2 p tags, and we can put them both in right now because it's position fixed, so it won't matter. All right, margin to place it, 0, 20. Okay, this one I will need to, like 100, 120, 130, and then like -30. Oh yeah. I was trying to place the other one, but I got it completely flipped around in my head. Ooh, that's funny. To me it's funny. Margin. -30. 130. Okay. So they all look a little off. Let's hit submit. Let's see how far off we are. I think I might have to do some adjustments on these. No, we're at 100%. That's cool. All right. All right, 30 pixels. What can we translate that into? 30 pixels is like 10% of the height, but let's go 10%. Does nothing here on border. Why is it doing nothing? Let's go 20. It's position fixed. That's probably why. It doesn't have any height or width, so you can't do that. 3v8. No, I don't want VH. LH? Hey. That's huge. Yep, that's what I thought. PC. What is a PC? I don't know. I just see them use it sometimes. 2.5. Ooh. 1.8. I don't think it's worth using. Yeah, it's not worth using a decimal. So, 30 pixels. Q. 2, 3, 32. I think 32 is the move. Let's see. And I'll just do that on the box shadow side of it. You need to remember to look at the top solutions to see what they use, and then remember it. Remind me tomorrow, okay? Because I will forget. Now that one doesn't look as good. I think that's going to push it to 99. Oh, because I did 30. It's 32. Silly guy. Come on. Of course it's 99.7. Didn't do it right. Cool, I'm kind of stoked. I did border double for the first time. And it worked. Margin, how many times do I have margin? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we do a variable? Alright, we're at 293. This is easy enough to fix. Set this as a variable, and then dd. $293. Saved 3 characters. Right? No, my score was already 293. It evened out. I thought I was 296 before. Oh, I'd already gone down to 293. It was 296 before. Okay. Well, let's just leave it readable then. Readable CSS battles. That's funny. Alright. cool. I'm gonna minify and call it a day. That was fun. I think the best optimizations are not using position fixed. Oh, wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. If we're gonna not use variables, I gotta not use variables. Leave all those characters in there, my goodness. Okay. We're almost there. Oh, I can get rid of that semicolon because it's inside a closing bracket. Alright, 169. Make sure I haven't messed anything up. There's nothing I changed, so should still be good. Yep, 169. Alright, that was fun. Thanks. Bye.